Hi! Wow, I look really ugly right now. Be right back. Wah! Hi guys, I'm back. So as you can see, it's all like spooky. I thought I would tell some true ghost stories that actually happened to either me or my family members, and I'm gonna go through all of it with you guys in the spirit of Halloween. So let's get started. So basically, my auntie's old house is haunted, but there's a lot of strange things that happened in the house, and I'm gonna tell you some of the stories. So some of this happened to me, some of this happened to my cousins, and I'm just kind of gonna tell you what happened. So what personally happened when I was there was, I don't even know how to explain this. So it had a basement, and we took a walkie-talkie, and it was just a really cheap jump rope for heart one, and we were just like playing with it. We only had one, we didn't have the second one, and we were in the basement and we turned it on, and like we could hear voices, so that was really creepy, but like it was mostly static, and then we could hear some voices coming through. I guess looking back, it could just be other people on the same radio frequency of the walkie-talkie, but we were in the basement and we were asking questions, and the voice on the other end was answering them. So that was creepy, okay? Like, that was really creepy. Like, we'd be like, "Are you there?" And it'd be like, "Yes." Because I don't really remember everything that happened. I was just so freaked out at the time. We were so scared in their basement, just answering, like asking random questions, and then having this walkie-talkie speak back to us. But then all of a sudden, so we were talking and we heard voices on the other end, but then all of a sudden, instead of a voice, we heard like a train, and it sounded like a train horn, and then like also like the tracks, and then, you know, like the screeching of the brakes. That's what it sounded like coming out of this walkie-talkie, and that doesn't make any sense. But that's what we heard, and we kind of started getting scared because it sounded like it was a train coming towards us. So we like ran out of the basement because we were terrified. We didn't know what was going on. So that personally happened while I was there. Another thing that happened while I was there was my cousin was telling me that whenever they put their cat at the bottom of the stairs at night, it gets dragged into like the darkness of the basement. So I'm gonna kind of just tell the story as they told me. So my cousin Jenna, she got up for like a glass of water, she turned on the kitchen lights, all that stuff, and then she heard her cat meowing from the bottom of the stairs, and it was like kind of meowing and kind of hissing. So she went to the top of the stairs and looked down, and basically there is like enough light to see like a little bit into the basement. Like you could see the stairs and then a little bit at the foot of the stairs, and that was all that was illuminated by like the kitchen light and the back door light. Everything else was dark down there, and if you wanted to turn on the light, you kind of had to go down the stairs a little bit. So she could see her cat at the bottom of the stairs just laying there, or I think it was just sitting there, it wasn't even laying there, and it was just meowing and hissing just towards the darkness. That's what she told me. And then so she went and got her sister, which is Ashley, which is her older sister, but she's the same age as me, and she was like, "Ashley, I think something's wrong with the cat." So they went and were both staying at the top of the stairs. They didn't want to go down because they were kind of creeped out and scared, obviously, because their basement is haunted. And then the cat was laying down, and it got dragged into the darkness. And they told me about this, so we tried it while I was there, and we put the cat at the bottom of the stairs and was kind of like watching, and the cat like laid down, and I swear to God, it got dragged into the basement. It didn't make any noise. The cat didn't make any noise at all. It like kind of looked in the direction, but like you could just like hear it getting dragged, you know, it was just like shh, and it was gone. And I was just like, so that's basically it for what happened while I was there. But my cousins did tell me a few other stories that happened at their old house. One time, my cousin Jenna, she was asleep, and she woke up because she heard this noise, and she said it sounded like someone dragging a body down the hallway. She was too scared to look. She just heard it. She didn't want to look, but it sounded like it was like a thump and then like a drag and then another thump and then like a dragging noise, like someone was dragging something heavy down the hallway. And then my cousin Ashley, when she was, okay, this is from when she was little, but she remembers it clear as day because it was very scary. She was playing in a playhouse in their backyard and just had like a play phone. It was a real phone, but it was like an old phone that my auntie didn't use anymore. So she just let them have it and play with it. It wasn't like it was plugged in or anything. Okay, so when they were playing house, the phone rang. Now, it wasn't plugged in, there was no electricity, nothing like that. It wasn't like she like banged it and it just made that bell noise that phones do. It rang, like it rang consistently, and just out of habit, she kind of just answered it and was like, hello? And there was no one there. And then like she like hung up right away because she was like, wait a second, that just rang and it's not a real phone. And it was like really freaky. And she remembers it clear as day. And I don't know what the heck. So those are kind of the only stories I remember them telling me. I'm sure more stuff happened and they just didn't tell me about it. But their old house is super haunted. And like, their parents never believed them about this stuff happening. But there was just so much stuff that they told me. I don't remember all the stories. Those are the only stories that kind of stick out in my mind because they were creepy. Now, I had one other experience, and it was with my cousin Ashley. Again, we were young. I don't know how old we were, but we were pretty young. We're probably 4, 5, 6, like not that old. But I remember it happening, and so does she. So we were in bed at our grandparents' farm, and 2 people that have lived there died. So it's not weird to think that they would be around. But basically, me and my cousin Ashley, we were in bed, and the door wasn't fully closed. Like, it wasn't shut properly, but it was pushed all the way shut and just not latched, you know? And it slowly opened, like someone was pushing it. It slowly opened. So we thought it was our brothers, like our older brothers were just like trolling us. So we were like, haha, very funny, boys. And then no one said anything, no one laughed from the hallway. So like we got up and we like looked into the hallway and they weren't out there. So we were like, okay. So then we went to their room that they were staying in because they were next door. And we were like, oh, why did you push the door open? We're trying to sleep. That's not funny. And they were like, we didn't do that. They were just like sitting there playing video games. And they were like, we didn't do that. So me and my cousin Ashley were just like, and we were like terrified to go back into that room and sleep. And we remember that to this day because it was really freaky. I mean, our brothers could have just been trolling us, but they never admitted to doing that ever since that experience. And those are all the spooky experiences from my family. And I'm sure my mom is super jealous because she always wants this stuff to happen to her. This is why she plays with Ouija boards and goes to the graveyards with the camera in the middle of the night. But it always seems to happen to me, my cousin Ashley, and my cousin Jenna. Maybe it's because my mom and her mom, they were always playing around with the Ouija board, and we're like cursed now, and we have the sight. I don't know, but it's always us. So, but these are just some of the things that have happened. But yeah, that's it. I hope that was creepy enough for you. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you have a happy Halloween. So yeah.